Yes, I'm back already. Hi, gamers. Hi, gamers. Didn't have tracking for a second. And we are continuing the Evermore video. Shameless. Like, the most shameless fucking streamer.
A restaurant, a bar, VR experiences, and something called the Loft Music, which I imagine is either a
For some context, we're watching the Evermore video.
or just a lounge. Honestly, it sounds pretty
What can I say?
to the Air Center project. Insiders claim that the
I'm
grid
just a
has totally
streamer.
paid off all its startup costs and is now operating at a profit. While Evermore was in the midst
There
of
we
its
go.
mass layoff scandal and suing America's sweetheart, unproblematic fave, the grid, was apparently just chugging along across the street, having a grand time and minding its business. So I'm gonna be real with you, the grid kind of sucks.
It's a cool vibe. I feel like if this was closer to the road, I could drive by and be like, what's that? But it's not.
You walk in and are greeted by this weird, creepy, unfinished hallway.
Oh, and wait, what is that? Why does it?
Okay, where was I?
Also, like, well, yeah. Why does the entrance door lead directly to an exit door? And also, like,
Save and go to Manage Worlds.
The entrance not finished?
We're gonna go straight to debug, and I'm gonna stop messing with the shape of it, and we're gonna start adding in the decorations and stuff. Wait, no. New crest.
For some reason, I had gotten it in my head that the reason it's indoors is to give it some kind of like fun disco lighting. I was picturing some cross between Tron and Mario Kart's Rainbow Road. Actually, I say for some reason, but the reason I think that is that that's totally what the initial ad made it look like. And then Brett Schneider and his co-creator described it.
All right, it is time.
As a holodeck capable of simulating different video game-esque environments as you race.
Hold on. Control Shift C. Testing cheats on. Yes. bb.move objects on. bb.show hidden objects. And bb.show live edit objects. Okay. Now we're gonna go to remote. This is where we find all of our debug stuff.
And then directly compared it to Mario Kart and Tron.
One of the most advanced and largest indoor race tracks that is a three-dimensional track. And then we're creating an environment within that driving track. And I can't give you all the details.
All right, and now we have all the...
I was just going to say, can you give us any juicy details
yet? Debug.
I mean, I can say that it's going to be basically like a holodeck environment.
We got cargo security door, resistant gate. Okay. This is... Most of this is stuff that, like...
side of tech and entertainment and fun.
Isn't there's the debug.
The idea now that we're building, this grid of an entertainment center.
If you look at the maps of the track layout in the area where the riders gear up, you can see remnants of this original concept.
Let's see.
One map shows a fantasy vibe with dragons flying overhead, and the other depicts an erupting volcano.
We're going to be creating different genres and themes that will exist for the races.
But no, it's a pretty visually uninteresting go-kart track.
I mean, I could, as like part of the decor, but hold on. For like the outside, I can include some of that stuff.
Possible that it would be a huge safety.
All right, this is fake. Good to know. Good to know.
Maybe they set out to build their holodeck and then found out
true debug.
Or maybe they decided to cheap out at the last minute. It's honestly anyone's guess. But the fact that it wasn't a holodeck made me personally not interested in doing it. It's cool that the carts are electric and thus can be indoors, but they're still horrifically loud.
Oh, luggage. Cool. That's certainly helpful.
In that vein, I actually give kudos to the soundproofing in the building. It was like really solid. We walked into the arcade, which was right next to the track, and it immediately got much quieter. And I'd imagine the muffling would have been complete if they had closed the doors, but they were permanently propped open, presumably because no one was in the arcade and they were trying to get people to go in there. And I'd imagine that's because the arcade is pretty sparse. The machines inside feel more geared toward being aesthetically dazzling than being popular games people want to play. When we went, the track was bustling, especially for a weekday, but every other part of the grid was a ghost town. There were also inexplicably these like little tables all throughout the center of the arcade room. Honestly, they might have been there just to try to make it look more full. I was thinking at first it was like for people to bring
hell yeah,
board games or maybe do D&D, but there was a little too much noise from the go-karts for that to ever be appealing.
This could be a board game hangout.
Lightsabers. Okay.
Really loud building.
And then I thought maybe
Hearts.
For food, but like what food?
We're making it just kind of an easy decision. There'll be really great food and beverage integrated into it. And, we make it so that it's just a a really fun kind of like date night out, you know, with friends.
The lobby had a little snack bar counter, but it just sells chocolate bars and soda. And actually, I'm not confident they sell soda. I saw a soda fountain, but that thing might be empty back there. The promised bar and restaurant are nowhere to be seen, nor is there any indication that they still plan to add them. Same goes for the dance floor, the VR, basically everything but the go-karts. I picked up this brochure at the counter and it advertised 3 attractions at the grid: the go-karts, the arcade, and the lobby. Yeah, the lobby is meant to be an attraction in itself. There was also a sizable merchandise display, which I was very tickled by.
I guess I have to get it. I guess I have to.
Even though people are going to it, I can't imagine anything about that experience that would compel people to buy merch. I speculate that I am the only person ever to have bought this hoodie. I could imagine this place taking off if it was like more of a Dave & Buster's vibe. A big
Oh, these are
arcade,
turrets.
more of the Chuck E. Cheese variety where you can like earn tickets.
That
to
makes
some of the
sense, but
games.
I'm gonna use them for what I wanna use them for.
To actually keep playing. And then like a restaurant with stuff that parents will want to eat, encouraging them to linger and pay for their kids to get more tokens. Or, you know, at least like some bowling alley tier stuff that kids will want to eat. I mean, like I said, the grid is apparently doing just fine right now, so it is what it is. It's my impression that basically once you've built it, a go-kart track is pretty inexpensive to operate, and you can charge a decent amount for it. So like, okay, the majority of the promised complex never opened. Nobody uses the arcade. The Art Deco lobby is a cavernous, unused, thematically inconsistent footnote in the experience. A pointless expanse you must cross to buy tickets for your unrelated go-kart ride.
So, you know, we're taking.
I was hoping to find like some kind of towers. Wait. Did it crash? Sims, did you freeze? Okay, it freaked me out for a second. Let me.
Just hopping on a
Wait, my
track
cursor
and
disappeared again.
speeding around, you know, bumper tires. It's actually a mood and an
Sims,
environment that you are
please.
racing in.
But the go-kart part is doing so well, the
Save.
grid can just kind of languish in its mediocrity.
Sims,
Just fine.
please.
Good for grid.
That was
Anyway,
not
let's
the
get
time to
back
crash
the
on
party,
me.
Shall we? Let's see how things are going over there. Part 10, the marketing. Things are going bad. It's come to my attention that in the big firing of 2021, Evermore's then PR manager parted ways with the park. It's unclear if this was voluntary or if he was one of those fired. So it's difficult to tell at this point whether Evermore even actually has a dedicated marketing team or a social media manager or anything like that. I know that if you're struggling to pay for tangible things like buildings and materials, hiring a full-time worker to update your website and Twitter might feel like an unnecessary extravagance. But for what you're spending, you truly will see the biggest return in value by having someone competent in this position. You know, in children's fantasy movies when the old king is like, I will confer with my most trusted advisor. And then it cuts to this skinny, weaselly man wearing all black and purple, and he's like, yes, your majesty. And you, the audience, are like, that's the villain! Your Grace, he means you harm! Anyway, that's my headcanon for the current Evermore marketing team. Every aspect of this park's marketing right now is so poorly handled that it truly feels like an act of sabotage by someone who seeks to kill it. After the Taylor Swift debacle, Evermore's social media comments were entirely overrun by angry Swifties.
Why did it work fine over
saying
here, but it
mean
doesn't want to work
things,
over
at
here?
which point
Why is it doing
Evermore
this to
seems
me?
totally abandon ship. I'm exploring this in June of 2021. As of now, let's see what we've got on the socials. Instagram, silent since January 5th. Twitter, silent since December 29th. Hasn't liked or engaged with any tweets since January 6th. The announcement of the park's reopening was made on May 5th, only on their Facebook page. This is presumably because on Facebook, unlike most other social media, admins can delete disparaging comments. And the only drawback is that no one finds out the park is open. Evermore also created a TikTok account in April 2021, presumably because it was the only social media that the Swifties hadn't found them on yet. I think this is a good site to make Zoomers aware of your park, and we've seen a lot of success from businesses, museums, etc. on the app. Their TikTok hasn't really taken off yet, though. I'd also argue that even if it did, the TikToks on there fail to really promote any compelling reason to visit the park, as they usually focus on close-ups of character actors without showcasing what TikTokers might do themselves if they were to visit. Once I traveled to Evermore, I landed at Salt Lake City Airport, and on the drive over to Provo, I saw a ton of billboards along the route, mostly for MLMs and restaurants, but I'm sure you'll be very shocked to hear that I didn't see any billboards for Evermore. The first and only physical advertisement I saw for the park was hanging on the outside of the grid. The banner just says, Evermore Park, tickets on sale now.
Cash, stop it.
This banner, and you don't know what Evermore Park is,
Hold
it's
on.
not really going to give starting to the word Evermore is really big and the word park is really small. You can see that the font is kind of rustic, and maybe that will pique your interest. So that's okay. If you're curious, you can just Google it and find out what it is. Oh, they tried to sue Taylor Swift and appear to be going out of business. But perhaps you will persevere and go to their website. Now, websites can evolve all the time, but I would like to explore together what it looked like when I bought my tickets. So you go to the homepage and you see a banner with a few rotating images. None of these images are real photos of the park. They're just pieces of concept art of varying degrees of detail. Spoilers, but not a single thing in any of these images appears as it does in the park, and many of them do not appear in any form in the park at all. But if you scroll down, you'll see a couple photos. What is Evermore? Evermore is a world of play for all ages, immersed in a fantasy European hamlet of imagination. Sit back and enjoy savory food and treats as the world unfolds around you. Interesting. I think I'll click to learn more. Oh, that page is under construction. Back to the home page we go. Further down on the page, we can see 4 experiences highlighted. One of those experiences is Open Gates. I don't know if being open counts as an attraction, you guys. It looks like the park also features a train ride and 2 restaurants. Trying to click on any of these things yields another page under construction, but I guess they're fairly self-explanatory. Let's go to that navigation bar up there. Okay, I'd love to keep you in suspense because it's kind of funny, but I'm just going to cut to the chase. Every single page offered in the navigation header is under construction. The only exceptions being the jobs tab and the buy tickets page, although that page sometimes stops working too. I already knew that I was determined to go to Evermore in order to make this video, and even so, I went to the website hoping to find information which I was unable to find. Maybe a dress code, the rules, what to bring, maybe menus of food offerings so that guests with dietary restrictions could plan ahead, maybe information about the story of the park and how the gameplay works. I can only imagine how instrumental these things might be for guests actually trying to decide
Okay, I'm
where to
back.
go. Actually, to get answers to most of my questions, I ended up joining multiple Evermore fan groups on Facebook and Discord, and it turns out that the majority of these fan groups are actually moderated by employees of the park. They're involved enough to actually quickly delete any critical remarks from fans, and I can't help but wonder why this energy isn't just put toward, you know, maintaining their official channels instead. I actually tried to inquire on a couple fan groups about the current state of the website and, you know, how bad it is, and I was told that it looks so bad because at the beginning of this year, after they laid everyone off, the operation of the website was outsourced to a third-party company. I don't know if this explanation is true, but if it is, it's bad. Why would you hire a third-party company to take over your website only for them to put every page under construction and then immediately abandon it just ahead of your reopening? Somebody tell these guys about Squarespace. And by somebody, I mean every YouTuber who's done an ad read for them. You can't just say, the reason my website is bad is because I'm running it in an extremely uncommon and unwise way. Because then, to that I say, well, run it a different way then. Then again, maybe posting a half-finished website that's still under construction with some kind of biting meta-commentary on the state of the park. Even the social media buttons at the bottom of the site aren't functional. The Twitter button just leads to twitter.com and so on. I'm guessing this was made on Wix or Squarespace or something because it seems like they just added the templates for the social media buttons and then never followed up. So, you know, I have some doubts about the story that it's being run by a third party. I actually attempted to email the park through the inquiries form on their website. Firstly, because I was planning to go to the park the first week it reopened. The website didn't indicate that this would be a scaled down offering, but, you know, my intent wasn't to sabotage the park and make it look bad, and for some reason I was skeptical as to whether they would truly be ready to reopen by the announced opening date. So in the little contact form, I asked whether the park, as it appeared at reopening, would be a representative example of the Evermore experience. Secondly, I saw that they theoretically rent out the park for private parties, film shoots, photography. I kind of thought that I could get cooler looking B-roll if it was empty of guests and like I could bring a bigger camera and a tripod and stuff. I kind of suspected that maybe I could have gotten access to it for free if I said I was doing like a review, but I didn't want an inauthentic experience of the park, so I just said I wanted it for like photography and video shooting, and I was willing to go out of pocket to do it. So I just asked what the typical hourly rate and minimum rental time would be for a photography and video session, no actors needed. Anyway, that was like a month before my visit, and I just never got a response to any part of it. So, I don't know. I wonder if that form actually goes to an email address anymore. Like, maybe it's not even hooked up. Maybe it's just going off into the void. Not the void, you know.
No barking.
Actual void. Once I was in Utah,
No
I met up with
barking.
my friend Kate, who lives pretty nearby and had actually never heard of Evermore until I told her about it. When I began researching this video and like telling people I was going, I was surprised to learn that like pretty much nobody had heard of Evermore. This struck me as really odd, especially when it comes to people that live in Utah. As soon as I rolled into town, I just started asking everybody I encountered whether they had heard of Evermore. Hotel desk clerks, cashiers, waiters, other tourists. I was like, have you heard of Evermore? No. Always no. The only people who had ever heard of it were people that I was like Twitter mutuals with because we both love theme parks. And even then, a lot of them hadn't heard of it, including like theme park journalists. So obviously, when it
No
comes to a typical
barking.
consumer, they absolutely have not heard of Evermore. I stayed at a hotel in Provo, the closest city to Pleasant Grove.
Oh my god.
On the way into the lobby, I saw one of those typical big brochure stands advertising local tourist attractions. There were brochures from places as far away as Idaho, but nothing promoting Evermore Park. You'd think they could just print out a couple brochures and put them in the lobby. Unfortunately, that was foreshadowing. Anyway, seemingly against the evil royal vizier's best efforts, I did in fact book a trip to Evermore. So I guess now it's time to have a look around. Join me. Hooray! Woo-woo! Okay. Part 11, The Park. Suddenly, on April 28th, 2021, Evermore announced that they would be reopening June 4th. And by announced, I of course mean that they posted about it on their first ever post on a brand new TikTok account with no followers. It's fine, I've been watching them like a hawk, so I caught it. And rather than redirecting to a broken page, their ticketing link quietly started working again. Great marketing, guys. Initially, everyone assumed the park would return in its restructured format. Remember, the kind with no actors, because that's what Evermore had said when they fired everybody. This left fans with a pretty reasonable question. Then what is there to do? The actors, after all, were the park's main attraction. But as we got closer to the park's opening, Evermore did start replying to questions in the comment sections of their Facebook and TikTok pages. So specifically people who were obsessive like me and willing to sift endlessly through their pages were able to glean a little more information. Again, great marketing, guys. Evermore said that they would in fact be bringing back character interaction and had hired a cast of roughly 30 character performers. Some of these actors would be returning previously fired employees, presumably all the ones who hadn't scrambled to find other jobs, moved back in with their parents because they couldn't afford rent anymore, or been disillusioned by the park and didn't want to come back. Having already thought once that I had permanently missed my chance to see the park, and considering the ongoing precariousness of the operation, it seemed urgent that I go. So I went ahead and just booked the very first weekend of the reopening at the beginning of June. The reopening season was a mythos, the summer season, originally conceived as a lantern festival celebrating fairies and dragons. I love Halloween, but I thought it made the most sense to go in the summer season because then I could see the park in its most neutral state. I basically just wanted an unthemed look at the characters, the architecture,
get out of there.
ambiance without temporary
Good boy.
holiday decorations distracting me or scare actors jumping out and frightening me. For Mythos of 2021, Evermore would only be open Fridays and Saturdays from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., so not very long. Apparently, this is actually normal for this park. It appears on archived versions of their website that the Halloween season would sometimes operate on additional days, which makes sense, it's the most popular. Past seasons might have also had slightly later closing times, but it doesn't seem like the park has ever really been open in like the afternoon, which is a little strange. So that was another appeal of the summertime. I would have the most daylight that I could. I knew it was a small park, and I figured I could probably do it in one day, but I just went ahead and booked Friday and Saturday to be safe. I'm glad I did. More on that later. So I went online and I bought 8 tickets total for my whole crew, as well as 4 tickets so we could all ride the train, all in one transaction. I would actually like to caution you against doing that. It seems that when you purchase anything through the Evermore website, it emails you a single QR code with your whole purchase and the dollar number that you spent, but there's no kind of like itemized receipt proving what you bought. So when I got to the gates on day 1, the system had bundled my whole train ticket purchase together, and they were like, you only have 1 ticket. And I was like, but I'm certain I bought 4. And I'm like busting out my calculator app, like trying to itemize it myself, like, yeah, that's 4. And they were like, oh, well, you'll just have to buy them again. And Evermore doesn't have a guest relations department, so you're just completely out of luck. And then we went back on day 2, and I showed the same QR code because remember I had bought 8 tickets, and the system showed that all 8 of my admission tickets had been scanned on day 1, so now I had no tickets.
So this actually says that it's for the 4th, but you bought them for today.
Oh yeah, no, I bought them for the first day, but when you buy them on the site, you do select what days you're buying tickets for. So I don't actually know how this could happen, like from a technical standpoint, but it did. So I didn't have any tickets. So there were 4 for yesterday and 4 for today.
Did you just get the one QR code?
Yeah, they only sent 1 for the whole order. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
This ticket taker was way more understanding, and she let us in on the honor system, and she even gave us our missing train tickets, which was super nice of her. But, you know, she didn't have to, and if she had decided not to, we would have had no recourse. So I guess what I'm saying is don't buy anything in advance, don't buy anything digitally, just like walk up to the ticket booth, buy your tickets, get them physically handed to you, because if you don't, you just might never see them again. For what it's worth, the ticket prices are low, so this isn't like super high stakes, but it's still kind of bad, you know, to buy stuff and then it's gone. Anyway, at the time that we went, admission was only $15 per adult. It seems in the past it's been as high as $34, which I still don't think is a lot, but also I'm from California and everything's really expensive here. My perspective is skewed. Even a movie ticket here is like $20, which I understand is not the case in other states. So from what I've heard from Utahns, Evermore is considered very expensive for what it is and where it is. Not to mention if you're a family with children, the kids aren't buying their own tickets. So if you're bringing multiple kids, your experience could easily go over $100. When we arrived at the park on day one, there was a robust line at the front, but when we went inside, it was eerily empty. I had imagined we'd walk in and see a thriving town square of characters waiting to interact with us and maybe in a tutorial-esque fashion sort of explain what's going on in the town of Evermore today.
Maybe there's like a brochure that will give us guidance. Okay, so this is food. It is like really empty in here.
But no, it was just a bunch of empty, locked buildings.
Wait, so what is this building? Can we go inside of it? Oh, maybe. Okay, I think you're right. I think that's Xander's key. Yeah, that totally is.
Failing characters, I had imagined that we would be handed some kind of pamphlet outlining the story or gameplay, which I could then put in my big binder of theme park maps. But there weren't any of those either. And the employees at the gate hadn't given us anything to go off of. They had just let us inside. And there we were. As I said, they have no guest relations department, and they also have no information kiosk, which I would argue this park needs more than a typical theme park even would. So if you have any questions about the park, you have to exit and try to ask the ticket takers, the only employees who are not in character. Also, in the time that we were there, they only unlocked one of the entrance doors, so the entrance and exit were all the same doorway, and there was a line going both ways, so they were very busy. I tried to just ask them where I could get a map or a brochure, which would explain what's in the park, and then I could put it in my binder. The answer was nowhere.
So I have maps, but not for but that one was for Aurora.
Do you know if you'll have maps tomorrow?
Probably.
Okay.
They had, in their words, some kind of map fiasco, so there were supposed to be brochures, but there weren't. Some theme parks I've been to, even if you don't pick up a map, they have like a large, permanently affixed map on a sign that you can consult, but Evermore didn't have anything like that, so we were off down the trail. We almost went west, but we were seduced by the sound of a train whistle to the east.
We go right or left? Let's go clockwise. Oh, the train!
So we headed east instead, which was a mistake, as it's certainly the less finished side of the park. When you walk east, you pass, in this order, the closed gift shop, a closed concession stand, an unfinished chapel, this maintenance building where I believe the trains are stored, it's off limits to guests, a closed building with some chickens!
Chickens! This is what we came here to see, people. Thinking they'd hear me and come over, but it didn't work.
This unmarked closed building, which I later discovered is called Hunter's Hovel and once sold snacks.
Ooh. Okay, no. And inside it's storage. It's all storage. And boxes.
An unfinished grain silo, an unfinished building called Drakenhaven, blocked off by sawhorses.
Is there a trail to it?
Deathly Hallows. No.
Oh yeah, it's blocked off. Fine, I'll respect their tarp.
I mean, I see a pathway.
I know, right? I really just want to. I'm sure it's just full of like snakes and buzzsaws.
Then you arrive at this large grassy expanse at the back of the park. This area is called Old Town, which makes no sense because it has no buildings. More like Old Field, am I right? But anyway, this is the most active area of the park. Here you'll find archery, axe throwing, the entrance to the train, a tent marketplace with third-party vendors selling their wares, kind of like a typical Renaissance fair. There are also a couple wooden stalls set up for characters to tell you about their guilds. More on that later. Now that you're at the back of the park, you start to get into the more complete structures. We arrived at this location called the Burrows. It's obviously a hobbit house, but in Evermore canon, the dwarves live here because dwarves are public domain. I knew from online footage that this structure used to hold the talented dwarf musicians who would play covers of popular artists such as Taylor Swift.
Are we supposed to go in here? Because it is half blocked. I think we can go in. I think it's fine.
As we approached, I heard piano in the building and I was like, oh. an activity. But when we went inside, there weren't any characters at all.
It's very empty.
There was a piano, but it was sitting unattended, so what I'd heard must have been a guest tapping away at it. Or, you know, a ghost, I guess.
There's nobody in here. There's nobody here. Where are all the dwarves?
I can see that they've purchased a lot of probably authentic antiques, but nothing about the decor feels intentional. The antiques they do have are set around in little clusters with no apparent rhyme or reason. It definitely feels like they shopped first and then threw stuff in the building second. The house doesn't feel lived in because nobody puts furniture in their house like this. Moving on, we saw this huge statue, which is sort of the park's icon. It's giant and very cool. I think the area around the base is meant to be found, but there's no water in it. I also believe the angel used to be holding a sword, but now
Cash, Nugget, stop.
Like a Luke
Nuggy.
Skywalker action
No.
figure. I saw this
Go lay down.
video of the sculptor, and he keeps saying that
Nugget,
the
go lay
statue
down.
was meant to be cast in bronze, and clearly it wasn't. So maybe it was like a durability issue because the materials had changed and they could no longer bear up under the weight of this sword. I know.
Go lay down.
Statues. I'm just guessing. But to my
Thank you.
untrained eye, it definitely looks to me like the sword was too heavy, the whole hand fell off.
Nugget!
And it was reattached without the sword. The
I will
next
kick you
structure
out of
we
here, little
passed
man.
was this
Oh my
bed.
god.
When we got there, it was
Make
locked
it. I'm not even talking, so you guys just. I'm on building, so now you guys are just hearing me yell at my dogs.
The universe story of this building is that it was once stomped on by a giant, and it's been a bit crooked ever since. It's very whimsical. I've been told by employees that the shanty once served food, such as
Nugget?
vegetables, which sounds delicious. When we went, the shanty was yet another locked up building and was also in a state of disrepair.
Wait, what do you think this usually is? It's got a window?
Maybe
It's like a service window and a hole in the wall.
somebody got angry at us.
Does this have other colors? I hope so.
I've gained no insight from that.
So, word on the street is that when the shanty was being used for food service, its whimsically slanted chimney was functional, and actual smoke and heat would go up.
Nugget?
Allegedly, a hairline crack in the metal infrastructure of this chimney led to a lot of hot gas hitting the wood on the
Oh my
other
God.
side, and it started to smolder. And then the whole building started to smoke. And allegedly, guests had to be directed away because the park was open and the fire department had to come, and it was a whole big mess. I don't think the building ever actually caught fire, and I'm not saying any of the holes I saw in it were from that. I think they're from disrepair and like weather and stuff. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting story. And now they don't use the building anymore. It just sits dark and actors gather around outside of it. Next is the Nettleton Mill. This is actually my favorite structure on the property. It looks so cute and fanciful, like a Thomas Kincaid painting or something. I think Snow White would live in a cottage like this. And it has a water wheel and this little pond around it. The water feature did result in those little clouds of like hundreds of gnats that try to fly into your mouth and
He's so
eyeballs.
barky
So I
today.
didn't love that.
There's so many bugs.
I just walked mouth open through a cloud of bugs. Hey! I just swallowed a bug.
But I guess I consider it a decent trade-off for how lush and iconic it makes this area of the park look. The water wheel wasn't turning during our visit, which I consider very lame. It's the little things, you know, they all add up. But I do know the wheel is at least capable of turning because I've seen it in other vlogs. In my opinion, standing at the base of this structure and looking over at it, the total package of the structure and the landscaping makes it the single most lovely and complete visual in the park. So you're probably wondering what's in the building, and the answer is nothing. Again.
I looked in and it's all electrical panels.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No!
I'm sorry. It's clearly not intended for anyone to ever see inside.
This is a cabin I would live in.
Yeah, you can see in this hole. I knocked first as a cute knocker.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but look. It's literally just like electric panels.
Oh, that's really sad.
If you back up and look at the upper level windows, it looks like there's a loft, and that's full of trash or something.
It's like garbage.
I think it's just garbage. Great.
It reminds me of The Grudge too.
The Grudge 2.
So it kind of appears as though this building was never intended to be open to guests, and that's crazy to me. Anyway, next is the Crooked Lantern Tavern. This building has big permanent doorways
No
on either
barking.
side, which definitely cuts down on the tavern vibe. I feel like a tavern in a fantasy story is always a dark, enclosed, mysterious place with hidden corners and booths at which crazy characters sit. This tavern honestly has the shape and layout of a barn or one of those covered bridges in Amish country. I mean, the path really goes directly through the middle of it. All that open air really kills the ambiance, but unfortunately doesn't clear out the body odor of all the guests inside. I'm not trying to be mean. It was honestly very overwhelming. I tried not to notice, but we didn't stay there that long because it smelled really bad. It's not the
Cash,
fault, but
Nugget,
it was
get out of
the
there.
both
Out,
days we were
Cash.
there. So like I feel like I
Cash.
have to mention it. Like maybe you'll see pictures and think maybe I would would hang
Stop
out at
it.
the tavern.
I
And
looked
no,
for a full
you wouldn't.
day.
The
and you're
acoustics of
exactly
the
right.
Hi,
city
Lua.
were
You came at a
also
crazy
pretty
time.
Did I?
But yeah, the dogs were just going crazy. Also, you're so quiet. 1 second.
And they didn't have any ambient music or like draperies hung around.
How's it going, gamer?
Down on that. It was truly an
Good.
assault
I had
on
like my full
many
work
of my
day, and you're
senses.
exactly
I
where I
think the
left you.
tavern is one of those locations.
I left and came back.
Visitors like to
I just
linger
started 20
for
minutes
Yeah,
ago.
I can see
There
on
were only a
Discord
few
exactly how
tables
long
in
you've
there,
been
and they
playing.
were fully occupied at all
Cash!
times, and every time
1
you
second.
walked
I
in,
gotta.
there was, like,
Ah, my
a
stupid
really
dog.
loud guest-led sing-along happening. I'm
Chad, it's
sure
just
they were
you and
having
me.
fun,
This is very
but,
important.
you know, as first
You need to
timers
go.
that might have wanted to go
I couldn't
in
even.
and talk
I
to the
can't even
characters,
improv something
it
quick enough.
just didn't seem like a good place to do that. And that's a shame.
He's
because
looking
I
out
think
the
some
thing
of
and
the
getting
important
mad for no
characters in the
reason.
game hang out in there, but
But
they
we're on
were
the
also
Evermore
really
video
not
now.
regular guests, so we were just like,
Oh.
whatever, let's just leave.
I'm gonna just get out of the way.
I do think the tavern has cool decorative elements entirely up on the walls. The area behind the bar looked nice, and there was this great taxidermy dragon head up over the door. That was fun. Moving down the trail, they have this greenhouse. Well, they call it the glass house, but it's like a greenhouse. When I heard there was a greenhouse, I was immediately excited because I imagined all of the cool things you could do in a fantasy greenhouse with a relatively limited budget. I imagined, since this was once planned to be a botanical garden, that the greenhouse
still
could
building the Star
showcase
Trek?
displays of visually
Star
weird
Wars.
and
Thank you
exotic
very much,
plants.
and yeah.
And then sprinkled among those,
right.
you could put in fake plants made by
Star
the
Wars
in-house
Hotel.
sculpting team that are totally fantastical. Like they have.
Did I tell you
tentacles or
what
teeth
I'm
or
like
whatever,
doing?
perhaps a
Basically,
face,
for this
throwing it out
No,
there.
path?
not at
Put in
all.
a few plants
Okay.
out of the reach of the guests
I'm gonna
that have
re-explain.
very simple mechanical elements.
Alright, so
Like
in The
things that
Sims
breathe
4,
or wiggle back and
I'll
forth,
pause
just to
Jenny for a second. In The Sims 4, there's one of the worlds called 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧 is only empty lots, so I'm going to fill it with essentially turning it into a theme park. So I'm gonna fill it with like themed venues. And so this is the Star Wars Hotel, obviously, and then I'm going to expand from there.
very basic single motor animatronic, again, could be made in-house, and then you could pipe in background noise of chirping or buzzing to give a fuller impression of life. And there could be actors inside playing alchemists or whatever who could tell you about both the real and fake plants, so it's still edutainment, but it's also whimsical. Maybe there's like a workstation where one of them is brewing a potion, and you can snoop through their notes for clues to the story. But no, the greenhouse is mostly empty with benches inside because it houses a bird show. We'll put a pin in that. Moving on, we arrive at the Copper Confection. Externally, this is another of my favorite buildings. Standing in front and looking up at it, the way it nestles into the path, it makes me long for Halloween. Specifically a cute Santa's Village type experience, but for Halloween. A quaint little Halloween town with stone confectionaries and pumpkin-headed citizens waiting to greet me. Anyway, let's go inside. I'll cover this more in my food section, but this is an eatery with not much furniture inside. The standout piece of decor is Tip Top the Automaton's desiccated corpse.
Hey, there's some merch, you guys. Tip Top? No, that's not Tip Top. Well, it doesn't have the head.
Yeah, supposedly the costume fell apart, and rather than repairing or replacing it, they retired the character. So, you know, that didn't last long.
Okay.
Your sunglasses. Tip Top. My liege.
Across the path is this little garden that's supposed to have fairy vibes, which looks very nice. It has rocks with faces. I love when things like rocks have faces. I was hoping to see some trees with faces, which I like even more than rocks with faces, but alas, they didn't have any of those. Then we arrive at the bathrooms. I didn't get any footage of those. Sorry, it seemed weird. I heard they were just normal bathrooms. There are no bathrooms at the back of the park for some reason. They're only at the front, which I find a little odd because there's more going on at the back, and that takes us right back to the start at the park entrance. I think one thing I wasn't prepared for is how unfinished everything still is. I obviously expected some construction, but a lot of the vloggers who have gone have really glossed over it and tried to shoot away from it at certain angles. The park opened unfinished, and people were understanding about it back then.
Okay, let me go to your stream so I can see what's going on.
It's now been 3 years, and I don't
Okie
think
dokie.
there's been any
Oh, no,
work
you're
on it
live.
since then. And I get
Well,
that
that's
they ran
just
out of
Jenny,
money,
though.
but I
Yeah,
also expected
that's
to
just
see
the video, so you could have my stream muted and still be able to watch Jenny with me.
We saw when we walked in the gate
So
was
valid
this
and
thing.
true.
From what I can tell,
I'll
this
pause on a
dry
good
mix of
angle.
concrete, straw, and exposed wires is intended to be the dancing fountain. I imagine that the swirly pattern
Oh,
on
you're
the
not on
ground
YouTube?
is where a trap
Whoa, that
for
stream ended up being
fountains,
6
bubble
hours?
jets,
Jesus
something
Christ.
like that would go.
Shh, it's
Maybe
okay,
the necessary
shh.
equipment is already there.
Oh my
Don't worry
God,
about
Ferrah,
it.
You have a job.
Dry straw.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I turned in all my deliverables for the week yesterday, so I was just on call, basically.
If that's the case, this park needs to
My
showcase
boss
a
is
lot
off
more
today.
variety
Okay, I see it
because
floating,
there's
yes.
a lot of stuff that's just out.
Good, that's good of you. That's good of you. Because you come in the park and you're like,
Is this
wow,
what the,
fantasy
is this what the
world.
is this what it looks like?
The real one?
Oh, what's all this?
Yeah.
No, not really. It's
okay.
yeah, it's like because the real one is really skinny and long, which is like impossible to replicate. So I'm taking some liberties to make it just like, you know. And I mean the actual hotel is just in that giant building, so it's
Yeah, it's just in a big square.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an igloo cooler, and that's it.
I would imagine if the dancing fountain was completed, that there would be like an actor that stands up there, like a wizard with a staff that goes like, and now I command the water.
One of the tallest and most eye-catching structures on the property.
When are you gonna
is
make
this
Evermore?
Grand chapel. It's currently
Oh, true, I should make Evermore, huh?
Windows would be. It has big
Mhm.
sheets of plywood.
Hold on, let me
that's weathered
save.
the storm, and the exterior walls still have the supply company logo on them.
Let's go to
So
Managed
maybe
Worlds.
if
Let's
they
pick
can't
the lot
afford
for
to finish the
Evermore.
building, they could at least make short-term cosmetic improvements like whitewashing the whole thing. Again, I'm not trying to dump on this park for being broke.
So this is the
underrated
biggest lot,
state
and
of
I
it
did
is
kind of
what
need
it
it for
is, but
because
what
the ship is so
frustrates me
weirdly
is the
shaped.
seeming lack of foresight or
So I'll
planning.
probably do a
Business
40-30
doesn't
lot for
surround money
Evermore.
as a surprise.
So
The state
probably right
Evermore is
here.
in now is more or less the same as it looked
Or
when
over
it
here in
opened.
Midtown
And in
Meadows.
the early stages, they must have known that the money they had was all they
Can I
were
say
going
something
to have
rude?
until it opened and
Not
started
about you.
turning a profit.
Yeah,
So
go
I
ahead
don't
then.
understand exactly how many buildings they were going to be able
You
to
know,
build.
I don't know.
One
Well,
ought to
did you watch
prioritize
Camp
the
Peak at all?
buildings in the most centralized cluster near the
No.
front gate. Then you could have all that empty land
I watched
at the
all of it,
outskirts of the
and
park
there was this
in
one
case
guy
you
there
could
named
afford it, if
Nut,
that ever happens. But guests
Mhm.
visiting the
and I was like, who the
unfinished
fuck is
park will
Nut?
still feel like
I never
the
heard of
park's
this guy.
finished because the parts that
So
they're in and
apparently
interacting
he's
with
mostly a
are. That
YouTuber.
is
He's
not
got
at
like
all what
80K
Evermore did. The
subs,
construction
and
I
he
know
just
who.
has literally
and
never
this is
streamed on
compounded
Twitch,
further by the
basically.
fact
I'm
that
extremely
of the
aware who
buildings
Nut
they do
is.
have,
I
most
saw
of them
him.
are
Really?
empty and
I saw
locked.
his
This
very
park
first
purports
appearance.
to be an immersive world, but you can't even explore
I know
it.
everything.
Where
I
is
know
he?
all of the Nut lore. I followed him since the beginning.
What? Are you joking?
No, I remember his very first appearance.
What's his first appearance?
He was just a random guy on Jubilee, and then on one of the Jubilee videos, and then 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗃 reacted to one of the videos. He thought he was really funny, and then Ludwig was like college roommates with him or something like that. And so you didn't know any of this? Okay, now you're
No,
gonna.
none of
Okay.
this was explained as part of Camp Peak.
Well, I'm sure not, because this is at this point years ago. So where was I? Oh yeah, okay. So first he was in a Jubilee video, and I don't remember which was first, but either 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧 or Ludwig collabed with him first. I think 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧 did, and there was this joke about how Ludwig was copying 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧, and then Ludwig ended up having him on his on the yard after his fame. Oh fuck, this isn't gonna. Oh, there it is. After his fame with 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧, because he's a funny. Nut's a funny guy. And then he had him on his channel, and he said that it was his college roommate, which was a lie.
It's okay.
Oh, now I remember. Ludwig was reacting to the Jubilee videos also. That's what he was copying 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧. And then he said, he titled the video something like, "My college roommate was in this." And then Ludwig had Nut on the yard, and on the yard, Nut was like, "Yeah, he's not my roommate." Ludwig was just lying, because, you know, Ludwig, he was just lying. But they were in college together, but Nut is like 2 years younger than him or something, and they were just like ran in the same circles, kind of thing. So yeah, he was just really funny on those Jubilee videos, and then he started being in like Ludwig's videos and 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧's videos, and then 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧 got canceled. But yeah, that's who Nut is.
Interesting. Okay, so because he's basically never streamed before, like I was like during Camp Peak, I was like, who is this guy? And so I like looked him up on Twitch, and I'm like, well, certainly this can't be his channel because there's only 60 viewers, and then it was his channel. I think there's even less. I think there's 25 viewers at the time. Which kind of undermines the point of why I brought this up in the first place. But I obviously like throughout Camp Peak there was kind of consistently about 30K viewers, let's say. Maybe less if like Jason or Fate or Adapt weren't streaming.
But
so because at one point he was the only fucking person streaming a certain point of view, I like watched quite a bit of his stream, and so he's constantly in my fucking recommended now. And so I like hovered over. I'm like, oh, I wonder, he's been streaming a lot. I wonder how many viewers he's getting. Maybe like 200. And okay, in fairness to him, he's currently getting 86. But when I first started this story, he was getting 7. So, and I was like, oh wow, Camp Peak didn't help anything. But now that I think about it, I think he did have like 20 viewers during Camp Peak, so maybe it helped a little bit.
And I mean, yeah, that makes sense. And he wasn't really like, whenever he was on 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧 or 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧's videos, he would boost their views by a lot because he's the funny Jubilee guy. But I don't think anybody who finds him funny knows that me included, I had no idea he even had his own channel at this point or was streaming. Typical.
Other than maybe picking up land that wasn't next to office parks. It kind of is what it is, but I also thought I should mention it because if you're going there to take
say about that.
photos or
I actually found him to be extremely unfunny during 99% of Camp Peak. I found him to be very cringe.
But then we've also got the construction
but
that's inside of the park.
When they were playing the Newlyweds game and they were like randomly paired up with people, and he was paired up with Cutie, and there was just it was just this like the person doing the main point of view, like Cutie's camera person, just kept turning to Nut like randomly and like zooming in on him, and Nut like because the whole time Nut had been like kind of cringe in the way where he's like constantly like butting in and like saying jokes and stuff. And I was like, I don't like. And then so suddenly like the camera person was just zooming in on him, and I was like, what? No, like get away! And I thought that was really funny.
It was on the 2017 version of the website. It's even
because it was like during awkward moments, like someone would say something like kinky, and they would like zoom in on Nut, and he's like, why are you looking at me?
But due to its unique shape, it would be pretty obvious if building was underway, and I saw no sign of it anywhere. If we go back to that mysterious
poor Discord React is like 2 frames a second.
For Evermore Gardens, it looks like the tree cottage was to be part of called Fantasy Garden. It appears that land as a whole.
It sure is.
I'm DMing Fugi.
It could be because I have like a fade-in setting on or something.
I have to wonder when it was stricken from the plan.
I think it has to do with his new. See, look, it got stuck like halfway in between the fade for like a full 3 seconds. It's really weird. He's getting stuck.
At night, that periodically an ominous droning sound would play, and the rocks would glow red like we had angered them.
Whoa! We angered the gods. They've all turned red.
I wonder if it's because we're using the old. I haven't updated it since the new Discord React came out.
Maybe that would make sense. I haven't changed anything either.
They also had some enclosed fireplaces, and those had these lovely bespoke dragon grates in front of them. I love that. You get such whiplash looking around the park. You can laser focus in one direction and see something you really like, but then look to the side and there's something incomplete right next to it. Even of the buildings that are finished, the interiors are either
that's right. This was class too.
Barely furnished. I can see that of the rare pieces that are finished, a lot of love and care went into them, but the majority of the park is simply not finished. Anyway,
I got Korean barbecue
Part
for lunch.
12, the gameplay. Evermore has been billed as a living theatrical experience, or an adventure park. Ever since the re-envisioning of 2017, Evermore was meant to have an emphasis not on rides, but on personalized quests and interactions with the characters. Over the time Evermore has been open, it's had a lot of different play structures, and information is limited on all of them, but I'll try to enumerate the different formats as best as I understand them. Before its opening, it was apparently planned to be more of a guided experience, a little more scripted, more like a theatrical performance. The park is built in a circular layout because guests would theoretically depart in different tour groups from location to location. At each location, major story beats would play
No
out,
barking.
move on, and then they'd play it again for the next. I have to assume.
Oh, I got to pet a dog today.
Oh, that's nice.
Goes right down the middle.
Oh, it was lovely. I went to this place to like see a demo of some tech. Basically, that's what I would. So I went to this strange warehouse essentially, and as soon as they open the door, this dog runs out, kind of like a
according to some former employees, Ken
Pomeranian Corgi Chihuahua type thing, really fluffy and soft.
Some of the opening season actors say they were prepared
maybe.
for
Oh no, it was like a Pomeranian Maybe it's just a
and then it was
Pomeranian.
abruptly scrapped
Mhm.
when it became clear that many of
Okay.
the park's buildings
And
would not
so it
be
has like a
finished in
service
time.
dog
Instead,
jacket,
at
and it's just
opening,
like
characters
lugging
as
its
well
own
as
leash
guests would
around.
be free
So I
roaming
didn't
throughout
touch
the
it at
park,
first. And I was like,
and
okay,
there was
it's
a
a
greater
service dog.
emphasis on
And then
guests
the dog just
completing
kept licking me.
tasks and challenges.
I'm like,
And
okay,
then
this
from
isn't
there,
clearly not
from
a service
season
dog.
to season,
So
we've seen a lot of different changes
eventually I was
from
like, can I pet
major
this
to
dog? And they're
minor.
like, oh
I
yeah,
found
sure,
this
of
review
course.
from fall of 2018,
And so
the park's
I
opening
just pet the
season,
dog.
which mentioned
Oh, man.
It's really
Evermore
soft.
basically handed
That's
out
so
this little
nice.
worksheet to the young
They're what's
park
wrong with
guests,
society,
guiding
though.
them through various activities
No,
that
completely
challenges them
agreed.
to interact with
I was
characters,
pretty
play
annoyed it has. I
beanbag
don't know why it
toss,
had a
walk
service
through the
dog jacket on. That
catacombs,
really pissed me.
and look for a handful of
Not the
themed
dog's
objects
fault
in,
though.
like, an eye
No,
eye
the
contact.
dogs are
And
always
kids
innocent.
handed in
That's
their
why they all go
worksheet
to
at the end
heaven.
of the night, they would receive a little
Mhm.
drawstring pouch full of items like plastic gems, a coin, a key. I think this is a good level at which kids can engage with
Oops.
the park. It
I've
reminds
had
me of
2
scavenger
personal
hunts
DMs
that the
just
local
sitting
museum
waiting
would
to
host
be
when I was a kid.
answered, and I'm
Although
like,
without rotating challenges
feel like
and
it. I
prizes,
gotta
I
figure
can't
out a
imagine it would incentivize
fun,
many families to come back again. But that's
courteous
its own
answer to
problem.
my
As for
friends.
adults, there have been
Mm-hmm.
two major
I know how you
objectives
mean.
which seem to have remained pretty constant throughout the park's operation: completing quests and joining guilds. The same opening season review explains that in 2018, adults could try to win the Evermore Champion Challenge.
Look, you lot. Evermore is looking for a new champion, and one of you could be it. There are a few rules. First, you need to be in Evermore before the portals close on November 3rd.
And you need to collect all 4 tarot cards and make sure that...
Get away. He's not wrong, though. And make sure you send in a video submission.
The instructions are sort of vague, but it seems that you could essentially earn tarot cards by completing tasks given to you by characters. It's totally unclear whether the tasks were the same for everybody or whether the tasks and the cards could just be handed out randomly at the discretion of the characters. This was a real contest, though. Only one person could win, and they would get free tickets and a backstage workshop tour. So, not to sound like a pessimist, but doesn't that kind of make the tarot quest feel like an exercise in futility for the majority of the guests that go? And the park producers did seem to notice that, if a little too
This is a
late.
spoiler for Peacemaker. Do you mind?
Oh, I do mind, because I am gonna watch it.
Okay, I won't say it then.
In the original
Okay.
Lore 2018, we had the Champion quest line, which allowed a select few world walkers to become named
Regardless,
Champions of Evermore.
though,
This was excellent for capturing
people
that
are trying to
idea of
cancel
being a
James
hero
Gunn
for
again.
those specific games.
Oh, wow.
The right is trying to cancel James Gunn.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
To complete that
Yeah,
quest.
no, it's
Quite a few
yeah.
guests left the park furious about it. So we redirected from that, but unfortunately overcorrected and caused guests to become flat out bored in Aurora 2018 and Mythos 2019. We found a decent middle ground in Lore 2019 and have attempted to perfect the idea from there.
So let's look at some quests from Mythos 2019. YouTuber Ginny D attended during this time frame. It looks like for her visit to Evermore, they had a system of quest cards. So you start with your first quest card, printed in a little pamphlet inside your park map that she got. This system no longer exists, but my impression is that you'd get each card either stamped or signed off before you could proceed, so you would sort of collect them as you go.
It did cost us $2 to get the next set of 3 quest cards, and unfortunately they're not equipped to take cash, so that was a little inconvenient. When we went back to the Kettle Cafe, they let us know that they didn't actually have any more quest cards printed and available yet.
The idea is that you complete these quests sequentially, and you're moving up through official ranks as you go. Joining the park's various guilds was also a possible activity, and I believe that the ranks had different names depending on which guild you were a member of.
In the remaining 4-ish hours we had in the park, we were able to complete all 3 of these quest cards, leaving us as level 4 paladins.
This D&D vlogger named Greyhawk mentions the quest cards, but also that the day they went featured a side quest about joining the Knights, and they even handed out a little flyer that's spelled wrong. Also, this guy said that he went in cosplay as Sir Davos Seaworth, which is incredible. He looks exactly like him. YouTuber The Fairy Cheyenne also had quest cards for her experience, and apparently her group was told that as the park grew, they would introduce perks or tangible rewards for leveling up. This is the only mention I've ever seen of it, and it doesn't seem like that was ever implemented. I agree with Trevor Ballard's earlier statement in that it does seem like the gameplay peaked in Lore of 2019. And handily, a lot of the most complete gameplay footage I have access to is from that season, so let's take a look. One of the subsidiaries of BuzzFeed put out a video like, "You need to go here," promoting Evermore Park. This video was shot in Lore of 2019, and it provides probably the clearest picture I've ever seen of a typical day in Evermore. The host enters the park, a character welcomes her and shows her around, and then she decides to join the Blackheart Hunters Guild. They give her 3 tasks to complete. First, she must get 3 bullseyes at the archery range. Once she succeeds, the ranger at the station stamps off her little passport. Next, she must brave the mausoleum mausoleum and return with a black stone. The mausoleum is basically a little haunted house walkthrough with vampires, plague doctor-looking things, and other ghouls. Finally, she has to go to the fortune tellers so they can determine the purity of her heart, there to give her a code phrase which she can take back to the hunters. When she returns to the hunters with proof of all her quests, she's inducted into the guild. So, a neat and tidy adventuring structure. I mean, it's only 3 activities once you think about it, but the tasks feel like some thought has gone into them. You can see that there's other entertainment like fire dancers around, and the host speculates that she's probably only scratched the surface.
Oh my god, there's a post in Japanese about how it's Orioimo's 15th anniversary. And they wrote out the full title
There's
of
so
Orioimo.
much more to do in the park. By summer of 2020, called
And for
Pyra,
some
the tasks
reason,
appear much
when
less
Grok
involved.
translated
In this
it
video by
translated the
YouTuber
title of the anime as
Carpetbagger,
My
he seeks to
Teen
join the
Romantic
Blackheart
Comedy
Hunters, the
Snafu.
same guild as in the BuzzFeed video, but instead of in the
Which is
tavern,
just
the
a different
hunters are
show.
standing around outside the
Yeah, that's
standard
weird.
concession stand, and they give him different tasks.
I have to give someone advice about their greatest fears.
People are saying it's because it didn't want to say my little sister can't be this cute. Which is also funny because Elon Musk had that as his profile
After not
picture
doing
for
well at
a year.
archery, he gives
Oh
up
my
on the
god,
guild
that's
and
true.
decides to just go around and
Maybe
around
that's
the
why. Maybe
characters.
something
Since he
happened
does so, we can see that in 2020
that we don't know. Like we haven't seen the screenshots of. Yeah, and he just.
It was with Grok.
Grok, you're not allowed to say it. Oh, true.
Contain the letter H.
Hat contains letter H. Shirt contains letter H.
Not exactly a riveting challenge, or a particularly themed one. Pyra also saw the introduction of the Epics model of play. I've honestly read multiple press releases from Evermore about the Epics model, and I'm still only a little certain I understand what it is, which is, you know, bad from a marketing standpoint, but let me do my best, okay? Epics seem to represent a partial return to that original Evermore concept with those guided pulse productions of story along a linear path. The Epics were separate from general admission. They actually required an extra $10 ticket in order to participate. Management blocked off roughly 1/4 of the park's square footage to use for the Epics, with regular day guests barred from entry. Rather than advancing each day like the other park storylines, the Epics would reset with each group that experienced them. However, the group's choices could alter the story's outcome, so they would still have a customizable experience. After a few weeks of running a given Epic, the outcome that won the greatest number of times would become canon to the park's official storyline. This model meant that guests willing to pay a little extra would be guaranteed to see major story beats on their visit, and I assume action scenes of some kind. And they'd get to see decisions that they made make an actual impact on the storyline, at least for the night they were there. Meanwhile, to try to make up for the portion of the park that was inaccessible, they did drop the gate price, so at least it wasn't full price for a partial park. However, a lot of customers were still angry to see an upcharge for part of the park after they had already paid to get inside. And remembering my map of accessible buildings, it's worth noting that the quarter of the park that was blocked off was the most structurally complete portion of the park by a wide margin. So looking at that map, the Epics concept was actually blocking off 2 of the 5 complete structures in the park. Not to mention the most visually appealing incomplete structures and garden walkways. Another issue is that the Epics were intended for a group of about 25 guests at a time. Since story beats were seen as a group, decisions were also made as a group, meaning that guests would have less individual agency.
Someone
less
made
assertive
some sort of tweet
participants might even be left as
clearly
passive observers
implying
for the entire night. From what I can tell, the Epics
they've
model
been
only ran for 1 season,
masturbating at
maybe
work.
because guest response was
Ugh.
a mixed bag. January
And
2021
no one in the
saw that
comments
mass
got it.
firing
Media
in the park's
literacy
character
is
department,
dead.
with initial reports that characters would be eliminated altogether, followed by a clarification
Sometimes they
by
make
the
me
park
wish
that
my
the
media
characters
literacy
would
was
be
dead.
returning in some capacity.
You
So
know?
that brings us to my visit, my gameplay experience. At this point in our
By the way, the
timeline,
tweet was,
it's
got
June of
reported by a coworker for
2021.
taking
It's hard to
quote-unquote
explain what my
suspiciously
experience of
long
the
bathroom
gameplay was
breaks, and
like.
apparently
A quest
HR has
is
been
just
logging
a
my
fancy
browser
word
history the
for
entire
a
time.
task.
What do I
So
do?
you approach any character and
And then
ask
they
them
quote
if they have a
retweeted with,
quest
"I
for
got
you."
fired."
Sometimes they straight up
Oh
say
my
no,
god.
And then
because
everyone's
the
like,
actor doesn't have any ideas.
literally, like
Fairly
99%
often
of the
they
tweets
say,
were
"Bring
like,
me gold." The thing
like,
is,
oh,
you get gold by
man,
doing
companies won't
quests
even let
or
you poop
tasks.
now.
So they're basically just shuffling.
And then a
you
couple
my
people were
God.
like, "You were
So if you
gooning on
want
company
gold,
time,
you
and
have
you
to go
expected
find a
not to get
second
fired."
character and ask them for a quest. And you might have to repeat this a few times, go down a little chain of command, and eventually a character will give you a quest. Of the tasks characters may ask of you, I've mentally divided them into 3 handy categories. First, concrete tasks. These tasks involve a physical errand and require you to bring back tangible proof that you've done it. This would apply to every task that was asked of that BuzzFeed host. Hitting the bullseye and getting a stamp.
The new season of anime started.
Going to the crypt to retrieve a black stone.
Oh, yeah.
Tangible proof. Visiting
Who Made Me a Princess came out.
being told a clearly
Also, that other villainous isekai one where she just punches the shit out of people.
From a gameplay perspective,
Ooh.
the strongest tasks and should be the only kind of task in the game. Okay, secondly, we have vague tasks. These are things which are intangible, function on the honors system, and thus give very little sense of accomplishment. Sneak behind a character without them knowing for 30 seconds and then go back and say that you did that. Find out something about the rival guild, except in actuality none of the actors have consulted with each other about their secrets, and it's impossible to know whether you're just making
I guess on the
something
red
up off
carpet
the
of
top
Good
your
Boy,
head. So
they
you have
asked
to
the
actually
dog
do it. Finally,
interview
number 3,
questions.
we have nonsense tasks. These are
And
the
they
things which a
asked the
character
dog
can just make up for
his
you to do in
favorite,
front of them on the spot,
her favorite,
which
I don't
aren't
know.
difficult and fulfill
Movies,
no in-story role.
and
Do
it's
a little
Challengers,
dance, pay me
The
3 credits,
Bird,
tell me a joke.
The
These
Thing,
are
which I
awful,
actually
they
fully
offer
don't
no sense of
understand, and
accomplishment,
Airbud.
and they don't even make in-universe
Oh
sense
my
as to why
God.
this character would ask you
And
to do it.
so
They have
someone
nothing to do with
tweeted
the
saying,
plot, and they're too
"Oh,
easy
he likes
even for
challengers
children.
because
These
of the
need to be
tennis balls."
eliminated
Okay,
at
I
all
thought they were
costs.
saying the dog was
Call in
gay.
all team
I
members.
also
Outlaw
did
the
think
pointy
that.
ass. I think the only tasks of this kind which might work
What is
would be like
The Thing? What is
reasonably
Thing?
challenging
Oh, The Thing
riddles
is a
asked by
famous scary
mischievous
movie.
creature. You know, they can ask
Right, but what does it
different
have to do with
riddles
dogs?
different age levels. You still have
I
to
don't
think
know.
about it
But it
because
is a
that's
he is in
what
a horror
makes
movie,
it
so it might have to do with
right.
that.
So circling
It might
back
have to do with the
quest
movie.
system, if a quest involves going to a second location, once you've completed it, you have to wander the park aimlessly trying to find the character who gave you the quest. They might be on break and they might have wandered elsewhere because most of the characters are not location locked. If you succeed in finding them, you tell them you've completed the task, they believe you and give you a piece of gold. The pieces of gold are just little spray painted rocks. I'm not mad about it because if they looked cool, they would be stolen. But the fact that they are just rocks that anyone could make indicates that
Here's
the
a tweet.
gold
Swifty
can't be that
coworker
important
hasn't
in
said a
the
word
story,
to anyone
or
in the
else
office
dedicated
all day.
players would counterfeit their own and bring it in to influence the story. But they don't because they can't, because the gold doesn't matter, because the system is broken, because the game doesn't work. Anyway, by the time of our visit, I'm afraid that there weren't any concrete tasks left in the gameplay. There were only vague tasks and nonsense tasks. On the first day, none of the actors we approached had any quests for us. We heard a lot of guests around us also asking for quests and about joining guilds, but all of the actors gave negative or cagey answers.
Is there anything that you need help with? You know, at the moment, I don't.
Very well.
I don't have anything at the moment.
Are you part of a guild?
But there's what are guilds?
Yeah. Oh, what are guilds? They're like groups of people with similar interests.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
Oh. I'm gonna go with the answer being no.
That sounds like fair.
Yeah, alright, fair.
It seems to me that at the beginning of Mythos 2021, none of the actors had been instructed on quests or guilds. We did walk past this one family who I guess had been instructed to look for unsettled dirt.
Oh, they already have a quest. Clearly we're doing something wrong.
They have a quest?
They have a quest. They said they were looking for unsettled dirt. I mean, that's the whole park, though. You can go anywhere.
I'm still unsure as to whether this was even intended as a quest, or if a character just sent them on a fool's errand. By day 2, the quests and guilds were tentatively back in the game. The quests were still stupid and vague. Pretty much every character just asked us for gold, and then the gold would be earned through nonsense tasks.
So the two brothers want us to dance for gold.
Ooh, let's dance for gold. Let's do a wee jig.
And then after we did, they gave us like what I felt was way too much gold. So again, I was like, the money system in this park doesn't exist. The gold doesn't mean anything. They can give you 10 gold, they can give you 1 gold. It doesn't matter. Each guild had a little home base where they set up a chalkboard with the guild requirements pre-written out. So like to join the Pirates Guild, you had to make a bet with somebody and win, make a fool of yourself in front of a crowd, and take pictures in the stocks. So, you know, you could probably get through all of that in like 20 minutes. To join the Rangers Guild, you had to get a bullseye at archery, sneak behind a character for 30 seconds without them noticing, and learn a secret about another guild. The archery station no longer has stamps, so even that has been demoted to a vague task. It's not like we were going to cheat at these challenges, because like what's even the point of that when there's no prize other than a sense of accomplishment? But knowing that lying is totally indistinguishable from succeeding is just demoralizing. Once you've done the tasks, you just walk back to the guild and go, I did it, and they're like, great, you could join the guild. That's all it takes. Also, because a lot of the tasks are made up on the fly, there's a margin for human error error which can render the game unplayable. I have one moment from my visit which I feel illustrates this pretty well. We were in the Old Town section of the park when a character told my friend David to look for a man in a wide-brimmed hat in the tavern and beat him at a staring contest. If David succeeded, he could then come back to this first character and say that he won and they would give him gold. So this is again just operating on weird honor system rules where we could have just walked away for 10 minutes and then come back and been like, we won and gotten gold. But we were trying to play the game on its own terms, so we went off to the tavern.
All right, into the tavern, I guess.
Are we gonna try and win the staring contest?
Yeah, let's do it.
We spent a while circling the room,
I went back to your
looking
Twitch
around,
stream,
and
it
there
says
were no
commercial break
characters
in
matching
progress.
the description.
I bet that's
Oh.
Which is especially weird because I don't understand why it's not showing me the commercial.
Also, Elva said that my YouTube stream's not live anymore.
Oh, I don't think it ever was.
We were like,
Oh.
is it a riddle?
I actually went to YouTube originally to watch it, and then there just wasn't anything there. I was like, oh.
There's like some
Oh, shit. Okay.
We
All right, 1 second, chat.
And like described the character we were looking for, and she was like, "Oh, that's great."
Oh, shit.
Oh, Twitch is back suddenly. That was weird.
We'll come back to Evermore
I
in
was
a
gonna
second.
say, do you wanna talk tea?
Ooh, I will want to talk tea. Let me just fix my stream really quick. Let's see. I mean, it shows excellent connection. It shows that it's streaming. Hold on. Let me make sure it's not unlisted. It's been doing that to me a lot, but I thought I made sure that this one's public. It was unlisted. What the frick?
What the hell?
Changes saved. Okay, that's annoying. Let me switch back. And then I'll be ready for the tea.
A restaurant, a bar.
Alright, I guess I'll just pause that. And we can come give me your tea, queen. Also, hope everything's working now, Elva! That explains a lot. I was like, wow, everybody really did abandon me this afternoon, I guess. But no. I've been streaming to no one.
Well, you're on Twitch.
Oh, true. So I guess everyone did abandon me. That's so true. I've been having more YouTube viewers lately. Which is the opposite of the way
I'll
it's
go
been
less up. I think YouTube said they're gonna start tripling down on streaming again, which is awesome.
Yay!
Because when it was Susan, she was gonna be really into and then it switched to guys, and then he went back on it, and then they changed their mind again, the fuckers. Anyway, so oh, one thing that's interesting is they're gonna let you stream the same stream in vertical and horizontal at the same time.
Oh?
And you have combined chat.
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's already rolling out.
Yay! I imagine also that I'm getting boosted because Bot's getting boosted. Because of his video doings. Yeah, because if you look up Bot, you actually, I was like, oh, I bet if I look up Bot now, it shows his new video. But no, it still just shows me and Elva. So the algo does have us fully intertwined.
I have videos that have over 10,000 views, and if you look up 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧, it's a K-pop fan cam with like 10 views.
It was you for a really long time, though.
Not on mine, for some fucking reason.
I mean, I think, well, oh, I see. Oh. That's crazy.
I know, right?
It is everyone but you.
Yep.
Wait, let me see if it's cap sensitive. It is. Nope. Still that 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧. That's 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧𝗧, am I right?
Yep.
Well, this certainly has come very far. Am I right? Or am I right?
You're right.
You sounded really defeated. You're right.
You're right.
So what's the tea, sis?
Oh, right, yes. Well, that one Hololive gal got terminated, probably, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yes?
See that about that?
Yeah, I did see your message. Is there more tea?
I want to come up with reasons with.
Oh. Why? I have no idea. You already have reasons in your head?
No, to be honest, I don't. I know she was on like hiatus for like quite a while or something. Which, frankly, is usually what happens. You did something bad, whole life at least. So, I don't know. And I know the girls. It's funny because the girls, at least for Jen, I get the impression that Jen liked her because they were like, they kept tweeting like, "This was so sudden and shocking," which is the kind of thing you would say if you're not happy. And they also like apparently, they also said, which was clearly like, be them giving hints where they were like, they made a cover, 4 of them apparently. I wasn't in it, so more proof. But the four left, they made a cover to say goodbye or whatever, and they were like, "Thank you so much for this, the mixer helping us make this 5 days."
Damn.
Obviously, they found out 5 days ago.
Yeah, recent discovery.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's interesting. So nosy. And they didn't even call it a termination. Gave up doing it. Smart. Why? Why would they even bother saying it? Unfortunately,
You what? You're like breaking in and out.
I have no other tea for you. Unless you want to hear the full history of 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧. I already talked about.
It sounds super familiar, but I don't remember.
She's that writer who sucks.
Oh, I know why you're going in and out, because you are listening to something right now, and it is fucking with your audio.
I'm listening to you.
Oh, you're listening to my stream?
No, just you. Your voice is on speaker. That's the only.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's coming. It's like coming back and cutting out your voice.
I'm also just kind of speaking quietly, to be honest. And I did make it less. Yeah, here we go. There we go. It's more sensitive now.
Yay.
I just was nervous you might hear yourself.
Which ironically, I was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're probably gonna hear yourself more now.
Maybe. Yeah, I sure am. Can you get like headphones or something?
Let me see. I'm not totally sure.
I'm trying to decide if I want to just like leave it like this. Oh, I'll use this one.
Here are the headphones. Let's see if they've got any juice in them.
And put that there. And then I think this is it. Like, I think I should start working on the inside, or at least I'll start working on, not the inside just yet, I'll start working on the, what's it called? Landscaping.
Okay, now I have headphones.
Yay.
So I told you about 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧, right?
Yes, but I don't remember.
She's just an awful, awful writer, and so she.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she got pretty popular. She was a hit on TikTok because she used TikTok Shop, so TikTok to sell to pre-order her book. So she like TikTok Shop like pushed her videos like a lot. And then the book finally came out and it was absolutely awful.
Damn. Yep. Do you have any? We talked about like the editors and stuff like that. Is there any other fun stuff about it?
Well, okay, so she did have editors. And an absolutely fucking incredible fucking YouTuber contacted them. Because, oh, by the way, do you know how we found out who the editors were? This is
crazy. How?
We found out that the editors were because So Audra, she had a Goodreads, right? She had a Goodreads for the book, and it had a really low score, and so Goodreads locked the page. But for some reason, Audra changed the byline. So it said Audra Winter and editor name 1 and editor name 2. Which is a psychotic thing to do. Who has ever included their editors in their byline unless she was purposely trying to point people in their direction and blame them?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, because of that, this YouTuber knew the names of the editors. So she emailed them and she said, like, really basic stuff like, how was it working with Audra? Have you, what kind of messages have you gotten in relation to this? And basically the one who said that she was the Hunger Games editor, she's like, her first thing was like, I was not an editor. Like, I did not edit her book. I did a one pass of her book for, like, you know, you just pay them like $100 or something, and you just go through the book once, and then you just give a little report on it or whatever. Yeah. And then the second person, I actually don't fully remember. She was the second person was the copy editor, and I think she like did more, but you know, only did one pass also, and then apparently Audra just didn't use them, which Audra did admit to. But she said Audra did say that she did use all of the developmental editors stuff, and so the Hunger Games editor was like, no, I was not a development editor. I just did a one-shot pass, which cannot be counted as developmental editing. So yeah, because Audra started blaming her editors, and then Audra like supposedly hired a new editor. I say supposedly because then they did like a Q&A, and in that Q&A the editor was responding, and the editor blamed the old editors.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which is insane. And so everyone, and I am inclined to agree, thinks that it wasn't even a new editor that was writing this FAQ. It was just Audra. But
yeah.
Apparently this new editor does have like a Substack or something.
Oh.
Where they wrote an article. So I don't know. I don't know. Or the person was referencing an unrelated Substack, but that has to be the case. That has to be the case, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Yeah, they must have been really referring to just someone else's Substack. So anyways, I think that that wasn't even her new editor that wrote that. It was just Audra, because it really sounded like it. And also there were errors in the FAQ.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, hello, welcome. Realithia Roseblood. That's a VTuber ass name if I ever heard one.
Hello, everyone.
I was gonna say, is that insulting to say? But I'm a VTuber.
Oh, that they sound like a VTuber?
Yeah, that it's a VTuber ass name.
I don't think it's insulting.
Yeah, I would hope not.
I thought you meant the everyone.
Is that racist? Oh man. Wait. I don't like that it's clipping through. Why are you clipping through?
I'm gonna go to AniChart and see what anime are playing this season.
Okie dokie. Artichokey. Do tell. I may or may not plan to be one day. Hell yeah, gamer.
Hell yeah, gamer. You should become a VTuber.
Don't do it.
Yeah, actually, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, become a VTuber.
Don't do it.
Become a VTuber. Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
One of us.
You get a cookie.
One of us. Oh, I remember putting I remember putting that in my YouTube description. Comment and I'll give you like, subscribe, and I'll give you a cookie.
To be fair, it was in Mr. Beast's header until like a few months ago, so.
Well, that's not embarrassing for me. That's embarrassing for him.
No, it's not. Yeah, it is. That's true.
Yeah. When I did it, it was culturally relevant.
I had no idea the new season of Ranma Half was coming out.
And I was 11. I'm gonna be a menace. My burps are bass boosted.
What? Wait, what?
That's what Real said.
As a VTuber, I thought they were saying that I thought you were saying that.
Oh, no, mine aren't. You know me, I'm very demure.
Mindful, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's also millennial at this point.
Yeah. Actually, I think it is Zoomer, though. It is Zoomer.
That's true. Zoomers are just old.
Yeah, they're just old now. Yay! What goes around comes around. Skibbity Riz is actually turning out to be more and more of an alpha thing.
Oh, no, it is. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have Skibbity Riz.
Oh, I see. I'm not with it enough. What was I going to say? You will appear, being gross.
Fire and savage, girl boss, equals the sun, and I'm just quoting Taylor Swift's new lyrics now.
No. Oh, that's sad. I hate it so much.
It was like, whatever the opposite of 9/11 was, that was what it was for me.
Oh, I was gonna say about the burps being bass boosted. It's all fun and games until you just end up on a bunch of fetish clippers.
True. Okay, let me tell you about the anime that are of interest this season. Mm-hmm. So first of all, there's a ton of new seasons of stuff that is good. Like One Punch Man. Well,
yeah,
Spy Family.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Hero Academia final season. Beyond, what is it called? Wait, what the fuck is it called in English?
I've only played Sims so far tonight. I'm gonna be playing Hollow Knight again after dinner. So
To Your Eternity, that's what it's called.
Oh wow. That one is one of the ones. To Your Eternity is an anime that's so sad that I have a hard time watching it.
Same. I read a lot of the manga.
Let them have their fun. If they enjoy if they like my Eldritch Horror burps that much, more power to them. If you can handle the heat, stay in the kitchen.
Yes, exactly, which is why VTubers are the way they are. I think you kind of just summed it up.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's actually a really poignant observation now that I think about it. If you can handle the heat, stay in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Maybe cook a little, I don't know.
I think that's like all streamers.
I mean, yeah.
They just have a lower tolerance for the heat because of it being their flesh.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense. They can't handle the heat because they're fleshy.
Oh, true. Did you watch? No, you didn't watch the new Ranma remake.
No, I didn't. Oh shit, it's doing the weird thing again.
I loved it so much. So I'm very excited for the new season.
Yay! I do want to watch it. Good. I like Ranma.
Also said there was Apothecary Diaries this season, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. And I don't think there is Apothecary Diaries this season.
Aw. I'm sorry.
Why am I trusting Swell Entertainment about any anime things?
Oh my god, yeah, that's on you. I don't feel so bad for you anymore. She doesn't even do her research on her own videos anymore. Why would you think that she'd do research on anime this season?
I guess.
My issue is I get a little too heated. My humor is insanely cursed. So I'm gonna have to upgrade my filter. I upgraded my filter and it led everyone to think that Lua bullies me.
Did that happen?
Yeah, like at the beginning. I was like, oh, I was just, because I was a new VTuber and I was like, oh, I should feel more polite and stuff. I was thinking this internally. I don't think I ever said this to you. But then you're like, you need to be more mean because everyone thinks I bully you. Oh, and they all are being mean to me.
Yes. No, yes, I remember this.
Yeah.
This was like an extended issue. This wasn't even just like a week
I don't even think it's over yet. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like once you're cemented as something in people's brains, it's hard to escape.
You put a permanent mark on my fucking reputation.
I mean, I just had a filter. That's not I was just filtering myself.
How dare you come into the Luaverse and have a filter?
Fair.
Not be a total dick about it.
Fair enough.
Wait, okay. They need to start putting Chinese anime in anime chart.
Yes.
Cause whatever the name
Who Made Me a Princess?
Who Made Me a Princess isn't even on here.
Lame. It's I'm gonna say it, it's racist. to exclude
I'm
it.
gonna go ahead and agree with you. Let's see if last season they had to be hero, because if so, that's insane. Then why don't they have who maybe princess? Let's see. No, they didn't have it on last season either. No, just racist.
Just right. There is a specific word for being racist against Chinese people. It's like xenophobic.
Xenophobic.
Oh, Sino? I've been saying Sino. Okay, good to know. No, it's gonna, that's not gonna work.
There's a new anime this season that is a furry smut anime.
So you're excited?
I am going to watch it.
I'm happy for you. Thank you for feeling. Thank you for feeling safe enough to come out to me.
Okay, so I scrolled down to the tags, and I guess they put percentages next to how many people submitted that tag, but the top 3 tags are shoujo, of course, anthropomorphism, sure, and heterosexual.
People have to be warned.
They do have to be warned. It's a trigger warning. Yeah, I think they took all the smut out of this, but it will be still very horny. Also, they're making an anime of One Dance, which is the evil.
One dance is all it takes. Fall in love with me. Sorry, continue.
Yes, so it's the evil twin of Welcome to the Ballroom.
Oh.
It is about modern hip hop. And in the manga, they list what song they're dancing to, and they are real American songs. So it will be shit like you're just like reading this manga, and then a little box pops up that says, what's the name of that like Ed Sheeran song? The like
Shape of You?
And the love and the shape of You. And then they'll even have like boxes that say the lyrics of the fucking song.
Oh my god.
So it's so off-putting, and I found the whole anime to be so cringy, or the whole manga to be so cringy. But it's really popular, and it's been going for quite a few years, and they can go fuck themselves. I love Welcome to the Ballroom, and I hate One Dance. But I'm very curious about what they're going to do about the music. I think when I found out it was getting an anime, I tweeted about it. The people aren't even 2D, they're 3D when they dance.
Ew. Also, Rill said, let's go do anime to watch with the family about the furry smut. Just so you guys.
Good. Yeah, they got it. Okay,
all in this
so
together.
Ugly. This anime is so fucking ugly, Ferrah.
The One Dance one?
Yes, it's so ugly. It's so. I'm gonna send you a screenshot.
Damn, this thing looks great at night so far.
It really is the opposite of Welcome to the Ballroom in every way. I put it in VC text.
Okay, let me go see. Oh, it looks like a how to draw manga thing.
That wasn't just like a quick shot. They lingered on that shot. It was one of the first shots in the, commercial for the anime, and they lingered on it for like a full 30 seconds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is gonna be horrible, as it deserves. Don't matter the people here. Welcome to the Ballroom. Okay, here's an anime.
Hold on. The house looks beautiful so far. Reminds me of the White House from Shadow the Hedgehog PS2.
Beautiful.
Wow. You know, my dumbass read White House as like a White House.
Oh, I actually thought that's what they meant.
No, I think it's the White House.
Yeah, the White House, like the president.
Yeah, no, I thought it was White House, a White House, like
Oh,
a White House. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm dumb. You know, maybe if you disagree with me when I say I'm dumb, people won't think you're a bully.
Listen, I'm just very polite and courteous, and I don't comment on people's mental fortitude nor physical physique.
Oh, you know what you could have done just then is been like, it's ableist of you to use dumb as like an insult.
Oh, I need to turn it on you. Yeah. Shit, I'm not good at this.
Except that will just come across as bullying.
Yeah, it would. It would.
You just need to bully. You just need to commit to the bit and bully me.
I do. Well, that's what I was doing. I did that.
Oh yeah.
At the time. And now I don't stream anymore. I graduated because I got canceled for bullying.
You didn't graduate.
People just don't appreciate. Yeah, I know.
You're terminated. People don't appreciate.
First indie VTuber to ever be terminated.
Oh, thank you. Lua has like a bunch of models, by the way, and I have like VNet open, so she could have her actual VTuber model in here if she wanted to.
I don't have my phone with me.
I'm glad.
And also, I'm on my laptop.
Also, thank you for being a brown hair enjoyer. There's not many of us.
Damn it! I was gonna bully you.
Well, it's funny because I'm arguably not even a brown hair enjoyer.
I know, and then I was gonna stop myself, and then I was like, well, but you're not even brown hair anymore, so it doesn't matter. I was gonna say, as it should be, the color of mud. And so, did I tell you that I didn't say that, but I when I was like literally 10 or so, I was on YouTube, and it was like, a video for children, essentially. Like, let's say it was Shane Dawson. I mean, that doesn't make me look good, but let's say it was something like that at the time, Yes. Obviously, it was a different time. So there was it was like with a call to action that was like, tell me your favorite eye color, which looking back was crazy.
Oh, who I bet that sounds like 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧 type shit or something.
It probably was 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧. I also watched 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧.
Oh man.
But like, I don't think so. I think it was like a woman. I think it was a girl.
Oh.
And I remember commenting like, I like I said essentially I compared brown hair to brown eyes? Brown hair?
Brown eyes to dirt or mud or poop.
Something like that. I think it was hair though. It was hair. I don't think I would have said about eyes. It was about hair.
If you like the brown hair, green eyes combo, you should check out @𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧. Look, can you put it in chat for me? Are you able to put in YouTube chat for me? Thank you.
Shout out.
Well, she reels in YouTube. 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧 has brown hair and green eyes, and 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧 is also a brown hair enjoyer. She likes brown hair. I'm
I don't have
indecisive
hair at the moment.
Indecisive. I just like changing my hair too often. Oh shit. Oh shit, it got stuck. My mouse is stuck, Lua. Lua, my mouse is stuck.
I can't even post it on YouTube because I'm on the wrong account, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's what I was kind of thinking might happen. Lua, it's okay, I need to save. I need to save. I need to save.
What
do you want to rewatch?
𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧.
That's a funny anime.
Yep.
Oh, Lua, I don't know what to do.
Lua, Ferrah.
It's like a problem with like my whole ass. Let me try unplugging and plugging my mouse back in.
Ferrah.
Ferrah.
Have you clicked escape?
Okay, I did it. I did hit escape a million times. Unplugging the mouse worked. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't just The Sims. It was like my mouse was being so weird. I use an eye color finder app, and it let me select different parts of the image to get the name of the color according to the app. I have flecks of poop in my eye. No.
I'm sorry. What? Why would they name a color that?
Why would they? Yeah, it's fucked up. That sounds like
it's insane.
Aryan propaganda.
It does.
Maybe one day we'll reach a point in our lives where we can all be whatever colors we want and it won't say anything about who we are as people.
I fucking hope so. Like in Second Life.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually crazy. Like, Second Life, I mean, obviously, in some parts of Second Life, they absolutely do have, like, racism and shit. But, like, because there's just so many people in Second Life that use it as their, like, wish fulfillment, there's, like, even plenty of, like... The point is that they're pretty good about, like... Well, not good. Like, they don't see race, let's put it that way. Or they fetishize it too much for it to be a problem. That's another way to look at it.
Yeah. So there's a lot, it's interesting that you bring that up, because I think that also is like, so there's a lot of Black creators for The Sims, and I've noticed that there are people, like, and they're popular, and their mods and stuff are popular, and I noticed that people start, like, basically exclusively, oh, I see your model's really fucked right now. And so there's people who, like, those people are popular, so then they do like them because they're popular, but then it's, like, interesting because now you have this white person that only does, like, Black characters that look a very specific way using all the mods and stuff, and I'm like, this is, you've now taken it to, now it's gotten weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine the ability to turn invisible. You can literally tell your friend, let me be clear, and turn invisible. That would be sweet. I used to think I wanted to be invisible, but now I'm like, no, I don't want I want to shapeshift. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a journey to Batu light I need.
Well, you know what'll happen is we'll just all move to the metaverse, so.
Oh yeah, true. Honestly,
we're already halfway there.
Yeah, the thing that they need to work on is the motion sickness.
Yeah.
If people didn't get motion sick, it would be over for real life.
Wild statement.
Also, we need to start our VR chat era. That was something that I was thinking about asking if you wanted to do tonight, but then I remembered that I said that I was going to play Hollow Knight every day this month. So I still have to do Hollow Knight because I spent so much of today doing whatchamacallit. And
yeah, I saw you mention, like, let's find Marcus, and then I at the time I was like, yeah, and then afterwards I was like, wait, it doesn't work like that.
We can't just travel around to all the worlds until we find him. I'm thinking, in my mind, this is gonna be like Kingdom Hearts. Do you understand? Can you read my brain about this?
I completely do understand what you mean. I'm trying to think about whether it actually would work like that. Well, because the problem is that all the people that you actually want to talk to in VR chat are in like instances that you can't access.
Yeah, we need to get invited somehow.
Yeah.
We have to unlock the key.
We'll just stream it, and then if we stream it, we put a very desperate plea in our title, like, please invite us to your VR chat friend group.
Yeah. But then we might get too many invites. Oh, Hollow Knight is so much fun. I just got the first ending the other day, and I'm working on getting the first for Silksong. Hell yeah. Have you done the DLC? I'm thinking of doing all the DLC before I do Silksong too. What if we're too popular, Lua? What about that? We are famous streamers after all.
Yeah, sounds like an issue that we're gonna have.
Yep.
I hate when people tweet just an upside down, like, smiley face, like they're dealing with something annoying.
Mm-hmm. You just hate when they do that in general?
Yep.
Oh.
I want to know the tea.
Oh, I see. I thought you're, like, I thought this was in the tweet where they're dealing with something, but they only tweeted that. Okay, I see.
They just only tweet that. A lot of people do that all the time.
That's annoying. No, you have to share the tea.
Yeah.
Look, we all come to an agreement to use Twitter as like a personal diary and overshare. So yeah, you have to put your dues in.
Okay, I just saw a tweet and I need help deciphering it.
You tried and the DLC's hard. I've heard 𝗥𝗧𝗥𝗧's even harder than like everything. Everything Hollow Nest. But if you're already on it, you know what's up better than I do.
Fair, I have some Taylor Swift deciphering. I need
help okay. Do tell. Do share.
So, it's this person who said, I like the new Taylor Swift album, but I think I misunderstood why Travis Kelce was so happy and wanted everyone to hear it. Oh, I just figured it out when I said it out loud.
Oh.
It's definitely wood. That one song where she cheated on where she like slept with a guy who was already had a girlfriend and then he died. That song was wild.
Yeah, that song is crazy.
Why did she say that?
She's a freak.
Did that happen?
I don't know. If it did, it was probably like in high school or whatever, because she like we know everyone that she's dated since she became famous. She became famous at like 17.
She did say that in the song that they were like in high school.
Yeah. What if they didn't die? Well, it's just a metaphor, but the person is real.
Huh. Then the song's kind of lost all meaning. Besides just her sleeping with a guy who has a girlfriend.
Yeah, which she has so many fucking songs about cheating, so well, that's my problem with this album in general. Like, this is just worse versions of songs that already exist that she's already written and sang.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, I think the outside is pretty freaking done. I don't think I can improve this anymore. I think the only change I want to make is instead of having this one here, I'm going to have it be under there.
Oh wait, I want to listen to that song that's supposedly a Taylor Swift diss track.
Oh, the
Sympathy is a Knife.
Oh, yeah. Do you have the band dating context? She's gone.
Have you listened to this song?
No.
It's not a diss track.
I know. That's why I said... Wait, let me go back and read. What did I say again? Let me go to live tweeting. I said... I said, it feels uncalled for and weird. That's what I said about the Charlie diss track. And then, this thing. And then I said, this is how I feel also. My issue is not that this is a screenshot. My issue is not that Charlie didn't say these things. It's that context in which Charlie revealed these things on Brat is meant to underscore how lonely and paranoid she feels and how inferior she feels to the biggest pop stars in the world. So it's not about Taylor sucking. It's about her own insecurities making her be mean to about Taylor Swift.
I'm listening to the song. She's not even mean to Taylor Swift. To be so clear, there's no comments about Taylor Swift in this. It's literally like literally, I'm on this line right now that's just, why do I want to shoot myself? The whole song,
Oh.
the entire song is just about how she's very, like, she's so opposite of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And she hates that everyone like is feeling bad for her for being even in a way compared to Taylor Swift. There's no comments about Taylor Swift at all. It literally is about her only.
There's references to the part where she's like, what was it? She was hoping that they break up or whatever. That's the parts that Taylor Swift was referencing. But yeah, no, it's dead. It's not about Taylor Swift. But
oh yeah,
yeah,
I just got to that part.
Yeah, but it's about her insecurity. Like it's
the chorus is, I couldn't be her if I tried.
Yeah, no, it's, if anything, it's very complimentary.
It's very complimentary. This is insane.
I mean, there's always a chance that, like, you know, like Cutie was saying, they actually knew each other in real life. There's a chance that she said stuff that isn't in the diss track. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the decals. If I can remember where decals are. Terrain tools. Oh, probably just under rugs, huh? Good stuff. Oh, wait. In some ways, it's harder, but for most parts, I found Silksong easier in some parts. The parkour less forgiving in Hollow Knight. Plus, there's the White Palace, but good luck with the DLC. Base game, I'd say 60-80% of Silksong is easier, and the God Home DLC is way harder than anything I've seen in Silksong. Interesting. Well, I guess I'm gonna fuck around and find out. Ain't that just the way it goes? Rising. Bunch of wedding aisles. It's a tarp. I like the tarp. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Journey to Batu stuff, get all their maybe here. Yeah, that's dope. I'm gonna get, what was I gonna get? Oh, I was gonna get like the package, the crates and stuff, so it looks like cargo underneath that hasn't been loaded yet. Gonna turn the lights back on. Turn back on the day. The daytime. A resistance tent. Transport.
I hate clippers.
Yes.
VTuber clippers.
Tell me more.
I got this clip on my timeline that's like, chat really got Iris laughing like an 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗧𝗧. And so I was like, I want to hear someone accidentally laugh like an 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗧. That sounds interesting to me. So I watched the clip. And no, she's just laughing normally. And then like putting subtitles over it like 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗧 laugh. I'm like, no, this is a normal human normal laugh.
Damn. Oh, ow. Oh, fuck, I fucked up the filter. There we go. Cantina stuff, cantina stuff. Scrap part corner. Carved Jedi crest. Oh, I'm so sweaty. It's crazy. I'm sticking to my chair.
Would you rather die or combine with someone?
It depends on who the someone is.
Very, very fair.
Why do you ask?
I just was watching YouTube short and they asked that.
Oh, why did they ask?
Really great the question. Xbox Game Pass is going to be $30 a month. Who would pay for that?
Oh my god.
Apparently the site crashed with people trying to cancel their subscriptions.
Oh my god. Good.
Yeah.
This stuff down here is for ambiance and photo shoots. Sweet. Alright, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get for the outside plus landscaping. Alright, Lua, what do you think? I see she's following. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Sorry, I actually wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
Oh, I said I think I'm done with the outside. What do you think?
It says commercial break in progress.
Oh, shit.
Literally every time I go back to it, it's just in a commercial break. So I guess I'll watch on YouTube.
Oh, yeah,
Which
do
is
that.
literally unviewable. Okay, now I can see.
Okay, this is daytime.
Mm-hmm.
And nighttime.
Cool. Yeah, it looks quite Star Wars-y.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, next I'm going to do the inside. Not today, though, because we're playing Hollow Knight later. It's probably for the best for my brain. And I'm going to dinner now. So I'll see you guys later, chat. This time I'll make sure that my YouTube's not fucking unlisted. Goodbye.